Okay, so this is gonna be a tutorial on the run warp. You're gonna have two prerequisites for this. First of all, you wanna have Grant, which you recruit in the clock tower, so make sure you go through that stage first. It takes a good 5 minutes, but then you get here and you can perform this run warp. And then the second prerequisite is that you get to this part with full health. So first of all, you have to go through the forest and exit the forest with full health, because your health is gonna carry on onto the swamp, and so you want to make sure that you're at full health for that. And then you want to go through the frog section without taking any damage. So make sure you do that. Make sure you play conservatively, and absolutely do not take any damage boosts, because there is a backup if you get hit, but that backup is terribly slow and inconsistent. So just get here with full health. That's your best bet. Then what you want to do is you go onto the stairs and then you switch to Trevor. And then once you have Trevor, you keep going down, and then right before you transition onto the next screen, there is a 5-frame window. You know if you got it, if while you switch characters, Trevor's feet are close together. It's basically if you switch characters during that time frame, it's gonna create a misalignment on the stairs. You'll see. Like that. And then you immediately go to the next screen, and then you want to go back up. And if you keep going up, you're gonna go to Glitch Ward. This is where we're gonna do the run warp. So it is just a set of screens you're gonna have to memorize. There's not much I can help you with, but I'll go through this. There's a few screens that have some important stuff in them, so... first thing, you go through that blue screen, then you get over here. You want to go immediately back down, and then back up. And you'll get to this room with the eye drop. So you want to keep going up. You get to this room with the glitch crushers, and then you keep going up. Now, right here, you want to go up, and then immediately down, immediately up, and then immediately down. And then you should get to this room with the glitched UI at the top. And so you just want to keep going down. Make sure you don't take any damage during this whole thing, so you don't want to let that guy catch up to you. In this room, you turn back up, you wait for that guy, and then you go up. And again, I took damage. The game is gonna crash if I now try to attempt the wrong warp, so that will be a dead run. So make sure you don't take damage like that. I'll redo the first part of the movement. So blue screen, back down, and back up. You get to this room with the eyeball. Next room should be a room with some crushers. And then you go one up, immediately down, back up, and then back down. And there's the room with the glitched UI. And then make sure those guys don't catch up to you, go at full speed. And then once you get to this room, immediately back up, wait for that guy, and then go. Make sure you don't slow down too much or this guy will hit you. Okay, I'll make a save state. Okay. And then you want to go up and then immediately back down. And this is where you'll find the first roadblock. If you get unlucky, like I did, you will find this block right here. It's more often than not, you will not get this block, but if you do, it immediately kills the run warp. You now cannot finish the run. So reset. It is probably the worst part about the whole thing. This block right here. So just make sure you don't get it. Make sure you get lucky, basically. But once that, there's another RNG section, and then it should be smooth sailing. That one, nice guy, welcome. Thank you for good luck. Okay, so let's see if I can somehow not get the block now. Okay, so like that. And then you want to keep going down. Make another safe state, because incoming... So you get to the screen and you go immediately back up. Incoming is the second RNG based section of the whole run warp. I think there's a safer strat. I'm gonna show the safer strat first, actually. You wanna get to around here and then switch to Grand. Then you get to over here. You wanna go back down until your sprite becomes messed up. And you go back up and you switch to Trevor. I think this will be Trevor. Yeah, okay. You go to here. Make sure you memorize the tiles. Then you wanna go back down until your sprite becomes messed up again. And then you go back up and switch to Grant. So do this 2 times. Go here and then go back down. I think this should work. 1, you want to do this 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you know you got it. You know you're not gonna crash. You know you did the movement correctly. If Grant is flashing with a blue X. If he's flashing with a red X, the game is gonna crash. You did something wrong. Actually, let me show the faster strat. This is inconsistent. If you do the wrong warp that way, what it does is it basically makes the fishmen in that screen visible. So if you know one of them is about to hit you, you can stab them. And again, it's really important that they don't hit you. Otherwise, you'll get to the end of the wrong warp and it's gonna crash instead. Actually, let me make a permanent save state in case I crash. So that's the safe way, and I think that loses 9 seconds. Not sure. The faster way would be to not do most of those character switches. You want to do the whole guy. You want to do the whole section while keeping the messed up sprite until the very end, where you actually do switch to Grant. So it's like this. You can use some visual cue with the messed up sprite. If you notice, this messed up sprite forms kind of a rectangle. So I use that as a visual cue. I go all the way up here, where the end of this rectangle, the upper end, gets to the half of the second row of glitch tiles. It's hard to describe because this whole screen is a mess. But this is as far up as you want to go. Maybe a little bit far up if you want to be safe. Then you go back down till over here. Till the end of this rectangle ends to half of these light blue sprites, light blue tiles to the left. So right here. Then you go back up, do the same, go back down, and then up. And then you switch to Grant. Then you go until here, and then you go down. And then you do this 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You just go up and down. And Grant is flashing with a blue X, so you did this correctly. The bad part about doing the screen that way is that all the fishmen are invisible, so there is no way for you to really prevent them from hitting you. And so you can just lose the run right there. It's RNG. But it is the faster way, because you save time on the character switches. Okay, so once you got that, you wanna keep going up, all the way up. All the way up until the next screen. So right here, keep going up. You want to get hit by this owl. So you do 1, go down, go back up, and then down. And the screen should morph a bit. And then the next screen, you go immediately up. And you keep going up. In next screen, you should see the Medusa boss. And you're gonna use a visual cue here. So you wanna go till here. So till the screen changes. Like that. So right around here. And then you wanna turn down. Now I got hit. So I'm gonna have to redo this section. And again, I realize I have to do that quickly, because otherwise I'm gonna get hit. So right here, you turn back, and then once you get to this screen, you will want to go immediately up. As you get to this room with the Cyclops, there's gonna be another RNG-based action, unfortunately, but this one is pretty consistent at least. More often than not, you won't have trouble with this. It's on the next set of screens. You want to go up and down a few times, and so right on the 4th transition, it's where the stairs have a chance to suddenly stop existing and you'll die. Luckily there's a workaround for it. So 1, 2, on the third way you wanna keep spamming pause, and I accidentally save stated because because I have it bound on start. But on the third transition you wanna spam pause, and if you, more often than not, on the fourth transition, you won't have that happen where the stairs stop existing. And so make sure you do that. I'll actually change my binds a bit for the save state just to make sure that I can do that pause buffer. So you keep going until you see the Medusa. So right here, turn back, and then back up. And this again is the room with the Cyclops. So as soon as you see the Cyclops, you know you have the set of movements. You have to do this 6 times. So again, make sure you pause buffer on the third one, like this. You spam pause, and more often than not, on this fourth transition, you're not gonna have the stairs stop existing. So yeah, it's really consistent. Show it one more time. While if you don't do that pause buffer, I don't know if I'll get lucky. Yeah, I got lucky there. But a lot of times you'll have the stairs stop existing. I'm not sure if I have some memory valve set right now that's giving me the good luck. But yeah, right here you can have the stairs stop existing, like that. That's exactly what you're trying to prevent. And this pause buffer helps. So just spam pause during the duration of those of the third screen right there. So 1, 2, 3. Spam pause 4, 5, 6. And so right now you got the wrong warp. There's nothing else. You can take damage there, so you want to keep going down. 6. Now it's fine to take damage. So go down, and then back up. And now all the way up. And eventually you should reach a screen where you'll die. And then once you respawn, you'll be in stage A. Now, the unfortunate part is that this wrong warp, for some reason, does not work on Everdrive. I can show you. I'll get to this screen, and this is a black screen. This is what happens on Everdrive. I'm not sure of the technicalities, but this wrong warp does not work on Everdrive. If you're trying this on actual hardware, I have no idea if it works on a power pack, but I use an original cartridge. It works there. If you have one, definitely use that for runs. You cannot perform this wrong warp on the Everdrive. So keep that in mind. I'll swap out the original. No, it'll take too long to get there. But trust me that once you get to that black screen, Grant is gonna fall down, die, and then once you respawn, you might even get a game over. Once you respawn, you'll be in stage A, and you can now go fight Dracula. That's it. That's the whole wrong warp. Hope it helps. Okay, a couple things I forgot to mention. First of all, if you go through the forest and you've taken damage, there is a very easy way to back this up. You go through here, instead of jumping off to the right, to the door, you destroy this meat block and you fall down. And that's how you can get back to full health if you've only gotten hit twice. And then the second thing, I forgot to show the backup for if you get here with a non-full health bar. This is not a good backup, but it's also the only backup, so if you're desperate to try and complete a run, by all means, try this. So what you want to do is, I'll make a save state actually. So you want to keep Grant and keep going down. You want to go to the next screen because there is some wall meat you can take here. The problem about this wall meat is that it's very, very well guarded. Don't expect to actually take this very often. To actually be able to take this and make it all the way over here back unscathed. And the problem is these frogs again. They can come out of pretty much any spot here from the swamp. And so you're gonna try and get over there, but they are just gonna spawn below you and absolutely wreck you. But let's say you get all the way over here, you take this meat, and now you've gotta go back. If you take some hits before you take the meat, it's fine, as long as you get back to full health once you actually take the meat. But right here on the way back is the problem, because there's not much I can do. I'll try and make a run for it. If I get a frog to spawn below me, I'll get hit, and it's bad. I'll get hit and there's absolutely no backups left at that point. But if you do make it here, you're not at full health, and you can now try the wrong warp, so switch to Trevor, and then at the very last second, switch back to Grant, and you can try it. And the last thing I forgot to mention is that another prerequisite is that not only you are at full health, but you've also not taken any deaths during the entirety of your playthrough. So if you die at any point on the run, dying is not a good way to restore your health either. Because if you die, you can get to the wrong warp screen, but it's either gonna crash or send you to stage 1 instead of sending you to stage A. That's what happens if you have taken any deaths during the duration of your playthrough. So it's also important that you get to the wrong warp without having taken any deaths previously. You want the death that you take here in the wrong warp to be your first death. Alright, have fun.